In this beautiful town, Owe, the people are known to be very warm and welcoming and very hospitable. They lived simple lives, farming the lands, trading goods, and socializing at local markets. There lived this very young lady, Ako. Ako owned a very beautiful small restaurant in this town. She was known for her fufu and soup. She is an expert when it comes to making fufu and soup. But Aku was always very sad. Most times she ends up crying because of low patronage. Some days she ends up eating the leftover fufu and soup she have made for the day, and this is usually a lot. Aku knows she makes the best fufu and soup in town, but she wonders why she don't have much patronage. She's always sad. She ends up eating her fufu and soup, but she didn't want to give up as this was only what she knows how to do. This is the business that was passed down to her by her mother, and her mother did excellently well in this business and made her promise her that she will keep up the family legacy. Most times I could keep crying, but there was always this customer that comes to buy from Ako. This man does not miss any day to come to buy Ako fufu and soup. One day, the man strike a conversation with Ako, inquired why she's always looking sad, and most times he missed her crying. Ako didn't want to open up at first, but she didn't know when tears busted out from her eyes. She told the man that she hardly makes sales, told the man to look around the store, that how many customers has he seen come here? Because most times at the end of the day, she'll end up having only three customers, including the man. The man smiled and told her that he has a solution for her. Aku was very curious and asked the man what the solution would be. The man told her that he has a friend who works at the morgue and he knows the potency of the water from the morgue, that if she's able to use the water from the mortuary to make food for her customers with some incantation, that she will make sales that will supersede her imagination. Aku was startled at first. After thinking about this, she rejected the offer and told the man that she's not ready to soil her hands in anything evil, even though her contemporaries are making more sales than her. Aku refused to accept this devilish offer. But as days goes by, this particular strange man keeps coming to her restaurant to just buy fufu. And he always tells Ako that her fufu and soup is the best in town, that whenever she decides that he will help her. Ako reluctantly accepted this offer. She followed this strange man to the mortuary and he introduced her to his friend. And the friend made some incantation, gave her water from the dead corpse, and told her to just use the water to make her food and watch what will happen. Ako didn't believe that, but she was ready to give it a try. So Aku went back to her restaurant, made her fufu as usual with this water from the cups. It was as if this water invited everyone from their home to come to Aku's restaurant to eat. And once they eat Aku's food, they were very happy and they begin to ask themselves questions why they haven't been able to patronize Ako. They all testify that Ako's fufu and soup is the best they've ever had. Even women could no longer cook food at home. They always come with their plates to buy from Ako's restaurant. Ako's restaurant was so booming. She is now wearing a very beautiful smile, always happy and cheerful. Some days she even forgets to eat when she's busy cooking and serving people her special fufu and soup. And this goes on for quite a while. Ako increased the quantity of the mug water she collects from the mortuary. She now collects this in a very big jerry can. She uses the water not only to cook, she uses the water to even wash plates and do everything. And she makes sure she do this when nobody is seeing her. Her restaurant blossom. It was the talk of the town. Even people from far away city comes to buy Ako's special fufu and soup. After a while, a strange illness hit the community. Almost everybody had this illness. They were either vomiting, stooling, falling sick. It was so much, and they didn't know the solution to this, as if every home had one person that was suffering from this illness. Some blamed it on the gods being angry with them. Since Aku's restaurant was the popular restaurant most villagers ate from, they went to ask Aku what she used in making her food, the seasoning she used that may be causing the villagers to fall sick. Aku just said it's just the normal seasoning we use for food. This is just an age-long tradition passed by my mother to me. Nothing strange, it's just a skill. Aku has a way of using smile to distract people. So she always put this defense, and the villagers went back trying to seek solutions to this problem. But this continues for a long time. And Ako didn't stop from what she is doing, as the money she has gotten from this was too much and she's never eager to back down on this evil scheme. Even the sick villagers, their loved ones will still go to Ako's restaurant to buy the same food for them to eat. And you can see there was no way they were to get better. Gradually, some begin to die. Fathers were now burying their children young. Husbands were becoming widows. Women were gradually becoming widowers, and that is how the trend continued. Everybody was scared for their lives. They didn't know who would be next, and the population of the village gradually began to diminish. When Ibe, a young man, he lost his only sister to this evil illness, he vowed within himself that he must get to the root of this problem because he was not ready to lose any other member of his family. He don't want to lose the mom or the dad. He vowed to find out what killed his sister. One day, while he was in a quiet place mourning the death of his sister, the well-known restaurant owner, going through the lonely path heading towards the mortuary, he was surprised. What we I could be doing there? Aku didn't have any family member, so definitely she didn't lose anyone. So he decided to follow Aku gradually. Aku didn't know that someone was following her. He waited at the side of the building and saw Aku leave hurriedly with a can of water. He wondered what this could be. He wanted to go back home, but he thought himself, let him just follow this lady to get to the root of all this. He wanted to know what he would be doing with the water from the mortuary. So he followed this lady to her restaurant. There he was peeping through the window. He saw Ako bring out this same liquid that she got from the mortuary and started pouring it to her pot of soup on fire. He was startled. He raised an alarm. He called on the villagers to come and see what Ako is doing. He was shocked. How can this lady be using mortuary water to cook food for them? The villagers gathered. Ako couldn't deny this, as they all asked Ako to drink from the water. She refused. The villagers had no other option than to carry her straight to the authorities. Ako was taken to the police station. There and there she was convicted because her case was a very difficult one, because the villagers was shocked that how could a young lady reduce herself to do such evil to the whole community. Even the police officers, they were not left out because they also ate from Ako's food. Even the judge herself, she have also eaten food from Ako. That is to tell you how bad this case was. Ako was locked up for a long time before she was finally convicted. She was sentenced to life imprisonment. She was meant to be alive to suffer for all she has done to the villagers, to humanity, and to everyone at large. Ako now regrets her actions, but it is already too late for her. Most times in the prison, she is always left alone. She wonders what she has done to herself to have reduced herself to this evil. Most times, Aku will just scream out very loudly in her cell. It is believed that those that had died from her actions are haunting her. This story shows that there is no shortcut to success. It shows that honesty and integrity are essential, and breaking the law or hurting others will always lead to severe punishment. That was how Ako's life ended. If you have enjoyed this story, please don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.